We do this through education, mentorship, community building, and career services. So we run workshops, events. We bring in industry mentors. We have tech talks, so you can learn technical stuff. We also do career clubs. There's a lot that we do. So firstly, so everybody is aware there's opportunities for women to come find their tribe, because well, this is one of the biggest thing, right? Just sharing an example. I've been coding since a child, so you can imagine. Mostly went to computing universities where I was pretty much the only female, and predominantly I worked in embedded systems and cellular networks and satellite systems where you barely see any women. So for me, I had over the 2 decades, or just more than 2 decades, of just being with men, I had become one of them. And for me, I also realized how it's not inclusive. So it's nice to have a tribe where you can feel you belong. And I think women coding community brings that for us. Of course, we have a code of conduct where basically all you're trying to say is, yeah, respect each other and be nice. So here's where, like, we would welcome you to give us any ideas that you think you haven't seen in women coding community, and you think you would really love women coding community to bring that to you. So right now we run mentorship program. So we do ad hoc mentorship as well as regular long-term, and I say long-term, about 3 to 6 months mentorship program. We run book clubs, regular book clubs, and I enjoy these book clubs because you get to learn. You guys are part of the design patterns course, and here we are to celebrate that. We have speaking club, career club, coding club, and also CV clinic. Sorry, the other way around. We organize mock interviews, lead code study groups, system design track, machine learning track, cloud track, and Q&A track. So if there's anything here that isn't that you think, oh, actually we could have a track for this, just let us know. And I'll end the slides by saying, well, volunteers are always welcome to help, because this is a community-based, this is based all of community and your contributions. So we welcome volunteers, evangelists, leaders. Please come and join and contribute. It's mutual benefit. You learn a lot by organizing, contributing, and even writing a blog. You learn a lot by writing a blog, for example. Good for you. And as part of the community, we also have newsletters that go out every month. So come join, contribute in any which way. It doesn't have to be like big contributions, even small contributions will do. So that's it. Thank you, and congratulations, everyone. And I am so thrilled to have you all today and celebrate today. It's they say celebrations is very important, and I'm so glad that you all have made it. And you made it to the meeting. Thank you. Congratulations. Over to you, Sonali.
Thank you, Rajni. I'll share my screen now. Yes. Welcome all, and it's been a pleasure to be with this course with all of you through this journey. And I would really thank you all to participate in the design pattern course over the 10 weeks of journey that we have been through together, and plus for being such an amazing participant and submitting your quizzes, your insights. It has been pleasure. So what's the agenda for today's catch up? So it's like just we will do a course recap, amazing recognition, some celebration about all the participants, probably some fun celebration about the design patterns that we have learned. And the most important thing that I want to highlight here is what's next, what's the future for the design pattern course. And in the end, I would like to have you open the floor to you all so that you can ask any questions for future series or anything that we have done it in the past. Um, so just a recap. So as most of you know that we have covered an extensive scale of the entire book of design patterns plus a mix of design patterns with system design concepts. So let's dive into just a highlight of the number of design patterns that we have gone through in that 10 weeks of journey together. So you have seen that I have tried to have that journey encapsulated in a very high level way. So we had some basic behavioral patterns that we discussed was more about strategy and observer patterns. Then we discussed some complex behavioral patterns and creational patterns. These were some amazing patterns where we discuss how these patterns can be used in different languages like in Java and Python examples. Plus, we had the amazing insights to the system designs, how these design patterns can help you understand different system design concepts. So if you look into this, these were some high level system design concepts that we touched upon. Uh, and these were some example of design patterns concept as you can see on the screen that we talked about the load balancing, caching, and data sharding in terms of strategy. So how strategy design pattern comes in to play when we talk about these concepts. Plus, we touched upon observer patterns when we talked about webhooks, event, and messaging queue. Some command patterns where I think you remember Irina mentioning about the saga pattern, how they combine to give us an overview of the combined design patterns. About the facade, where we talked about API gateway, how it comes in and becomes a single layer of in an encapsulation. Then a very interesting design pattern concept was a template method, where in a world of cloud native, we talk about IAC and Terraform, how they are used to build templates that can build up resources on cloud in a very short span of time. Plus, there were some, if you see here, we discussed about some additional design patterns which you might not be using in your day-to-day work, like mediator, I would say, interpreter, or lightweight. And we discussed and share some amazing fun videos around just to remember those design patterns as well. So I'll ask some of you if you remember some fun moments from these uh, design patterns sessions as well. So, uh, anyone, just think about anything. Okay, for me, it was that fun video about the uh, that a dog was hearing the tick 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 that sound. That video was very fun, and in interpreter design patterns we were discussing that. I forgot. I think I'm very new. I'm not that old that I remember that particular machine, but that used to be used in World War to send the messages from for the communication. Then we had some amazing, engaging discussions. If you remember, we had how we debated that what would be the right pattern to implement in such a scenario. And there can be so many different ways you can solve a problem, but for sure, with these discussions, with these sessions, I think everyone was enlightened to think that, okay, when I was one of the instances I remember when we were discussing the iterator pattern, and we thought that, okay, iterator is like where we use it, normal iterator of a map or a hash map, but we never have thought that we would be asked to implement or build an iterator from scratch. So that was a very interesting discussion, that and a very insightful one, that you may be asked when you are going for an interview at various principal roles or a senior backend engineer roles, that they might ask you to build an iterator from scratch. So these were some amazing discussions we had in those 10 weeks. Uh, if you look at these, I tried to capture all the amazing um, journey. If you remember from the slides, and some amazing discussion and in-depth traces when we were discussing these design patterns, some celebration, and for sure all the contributions from every one of you when you were joining, and you are here for us to celebrate this amazing journey. So I'll take a pause. If anybody wants to share anything that they loved in those 10 weeks, that will be amazing to hear. Yes, Penny.
I just want to thank you, and just want to say that I enjoyed that 10 weeks, and that was an incredible journey. And despite all the books that I went through, this was an eye opening, that course, and especially I loved the link and connection to the system design, because this is despite that we use in our code base design patterns, we try the design patterns. Nowadays the system design and finding design patterns in system design is the most valued skill, and that was absolutely incredible for me and helped me a lot to figure out even small things that I just never thought about them. It's just they're there, and I use them, but I never thought about them. So thank you. That was for me, it was an amazing journey. Thank you.
Perfect. It's nice to hear. Nice and amazing. Sadhana?
Yeah, I think Denise captured what most of us are probably thinking. But yeah, it was a really good experience for me as well, because I don't come from a Java background. I've not done technical development in that. But and at some at before this, I did struggle with understanding some of the basic concepts, and going through those quizzes and reading the book, it it has started making way
Much
more
more
sense now
sense.
than
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, I think I'd like to add on that, because I've been a Java developer for so long, but everything is so overwhelming, and I've never worked in an area of Java where it was pure Java. So it was like I was working on a pre-built framework. So I was working on always most of the time on command patterns, and I that's why when Irina was discussing, and I was like, mediator and command is the only pattern that I would have heard. And that was my journey of Java and design patterns. And when these concepts were connected to system design, that actually opened up the whole new area for me, because that way I was able to understand the design pattern plus the system design, connect the dots, and it was amazing. Yes, Pradna.
Yep, yep. Thank you for that, you, and whoever have been. I know there were multiple people
Yeah.
volunteering
I
at the
think I'll, yes,
it
for
was very
sure
good.
I'll cover that part as well, because when we started, so especially it was an outcome of a book club. So this is how this community grows and share. So this idea of starting this series started from a book club where we discussed the design pattern, a head first design pattern book. And while at the end of the book club, everybody realized that, okay, but what about the practical knowledge, and how it was, okay, book gives you one area, but how in the modern technology and modern area of development, how we are using it and what is beneficial. And this course actually provided us that platform to look at it and think that, okay, you don't need to know everything. You just need to understand basically some concept and align with that a design, system design concept, and that's it. And like I mentioned previously as well, I think most of us were not using mediator pattern. We were not using chain of responsibility, but it was just good to know about them, so that when we are in a situation, when we are solving a problem, then we can think of, yeah, I think I've heard or learned about this. So maybe it's a good idea to just give a thought and try it out, that solution that way. So yeah, thank you, and thank you so much again for sharing your thoughts as well. So I'll move on, and I'll try to tell you. So something amazing. So this is something that I've captured from the patterns by popularity. So I would say facade, factory, and strategy. So strategy has been the most popular, and I think all of you would agree. And most of us have implemented, understood, maybe have given various different names to it, and down the line of our journey. But this has been the most popular design pattern in our course and series as well. Most of I've been coordinating all the quizzes and stuff like that. And I think I found that there were so many quizzes that people submitted for strategy and not for factory or any other. So they were, I think they were uh, excited to take on the challenge and fill in the strategy quizzes. Then came the factory pattern again. I think that would be one of our second most popular design pattern, because a lot of us use factory design patterns when we have to combine very different concepts and combine in one and reuse in different ways. And then the last one was a facade, which, as I mentioned, I will always remember it via the system design concept of API gateway. So I think that has been an eye opener for me as well. So next, I would say I have some surprise for you all. I've taken time to appreciate, award, recognize all of the participants who have been through this journey. And I would say that these are some titles that I really loved, that I would say, the Master of Design, someone who has consistently answers all our quizzes, understood the concepts, and has highly was on the mark. Um, all of you were, all of you, I think I'll appreciate all the passion and desire for you to fill in the quizzes. So that's because going through these sessions and then taking time to submit those quizzes also takes some time, and your it shows your passion to learn something new, something different. So thank you so much. Second, I would say I would like to honor somebody who was a best innovator, someone who has shared a very unique idea on one of our quizzes. I think it was decorator or some different pattern quizzes where we had to answer, just give an example of a solution, then the engagement champion. So this is very unique and very inspiring, I would say, because some of you are here and some of you were there in those 10 weeks journey as well. So I would really, and I think Irina would have exceptionally enjoyed this as well. That we highlight those amazing participants who were always there and encouraging us to move on, and every session be becoming more engaging. So So drum rolls. Just guessing who could be the master of design. So it is Ori. And I am so glad you are here as well. And it was phenomenal to see all the quizzes, and it's amazing. Then we have the best innovator, uh, and the best innovator award goes to Barbara. I'm not sure if she is here, but I would extend all my hearts and my congrats to her for winning that title. Then we have the engagement champions. So instead of a champion, I have some champions here, and it's Denise, Narmin, and Pragna. So congratulations. Because you guys are here, I would say a few words from you would be amazing.
That's
Floor is
awesome.
yours.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. I did enjoy at the beginning, but I just enjoy. I go around the third or the fourth session, but I enjoy it to the end, and I feel amazing. And thank you so much. Thank you for recognizing that as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you
you.
very much. It was an amazing journey and experience. So I'm so glad that I learned so much with all of you. Thank you.
Yeah. And you are the master of design, so you will be
Yeah.
leading us ahead.
Okay. Thanks.
I congratulations everyone. I have to drop off now. Unfortunately, I have to go into another meeting. But well done everyone, and hope to catch you sometime this year. Bye.
Thank you, Rajni. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Some words from you, Pradna, if you would like to share. Or
Yeah, firstly, from my first session, I was very happy to be in a group of women. Because, like Rajni said, being around men sometimes is very frustrating with things going, being dragged on unnecessarily. And I'm sure
yeah,
all of us have gone through that experience.
true,
And I
true.
was really glad because even in my jobs, I've seen that women many times don't have the confidence to say things even when they know they are
In a
right.
way, exactly.
And
Yeah,
that's
I can feel
what
it. I can feel that.
that's what I wanted to put forth, that it doesn't matter whether you're right or wrong. It's important to speak out.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. And I'll move on. I'd say, so what's next? What's coming next? Um, So, so it's like we are calling out for volunteers. We are calling out for somebody who is passionate about patterns, somebody who is new but want to learn and get onboarded with us. So this is a opportunity, I would say, that we are opening for all of us and for all of you, whether you, because you have been through this journey and you want to maybe improve something, design this course completely differently, or you want to reuse the material, the energy, everything we put in together and refine it. We welcome you, and this is the QR code. Basically, you all are, you can scan it, you can submit a form. In what capacity would you like to lead this? I would really recommend you, as Pradna mentioned, that this is uh, a platform for you where you can come, jump in. Maybe you don't want to run all the entire course. Maybe you are passionate about just one design pattern. You can take up this task, and you can just like, we can discuss, we group together, and we can have these discussions like, okay, few of the design patterns I can take it up, or this is something that I want to have a very different view, a twisted way of presenting it, and I would like to have that session in this way. Maybe we want to have more hands-on session. So this is something that would be driven by the volunteers, by the, as I mentioned, somebody who is already experienced, or you want to learn how you would run a session like these. So it's all up to you. Uh, 1 second. It's all up to you how you would like to contribute. And even if you do not want to contribute and you have some feedback, I think I'll link that feedback link as well. I think most of you would have got that link in the emails as well. That we are asking you to provide your feedback on this course, how it went, what we can improve, what you want us to change. And then as a driver you can come in like, I want to drive it, I want to make that change. That's also, we are open to all suggestions, and this is something that we are looking for. And probably once we have collected all the information, all the volunteers who would like to join us and run these sessions, then we will start the series 2 of design patterns. So now I'll move to Q&A. I'll open the floor and ask you guys if you have any questions. I'm here to answer all. And if I don't have the answers now, I would go back and I would like to answer it for you. Yes, Partha.
I had a question. I was looking at the certificate and it said 20 credit hours. So what do they imply?
So this is an idea from Arena. So she wanted to put in most of your certificates, it's like how much effort you have given. So it because we were around 10 weeks and we were kind of given most of the time 10 plus, I would say 1.5 hour or something like that. So that's what she combined it together. So you might have spent so much time submitting the quizzes as well, and being in the sessions as well. So that's combined hours of your contribution to this course has been 20 hours.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yes, I would like to mention it here as well that if something is incorrect, something is not right in your certificates, because most of these certificates has been awarded and sent over. If someone of you have submitted the quizzes or were part of these sessions, and I might have missed your name, or we would have something is not right on your certificate, please reach out to me on Slack and I can regenerate for you as well. And it'll be a pleasure for me to answer all your questions offline as well. If you do not have any questions now at the moment, and anything related to certificate or anything, so feel free to ask me. Yes, Denise.
I have a quick question on the lead group. I started mentioning that there is a lead group as well. That
Yes. Lead code, you mean, right?
yes, exactly.
Yes.
Lead code group. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So just to give you a high level view. So at the moment, we are not running any sessions, but yes, I think there is something in pipeline as well. That somebody would like to run some lead code sessions, but it is more like a challenge as well. So I think in the month of October or November, I don't remember exact month, but I was participating and I contributed. I took up a 30 days challenge that I'm going to do lead code problem every single day. So that's a contribution or a challenge that motivates all of us, I would say. And you can find a lot of help on any lead code problems as well. That's a very nice way to be consistent. And if you're practicing for your interviews or anything, that really helps. That really helped me as well. So I would highly recommend that just join those channel. And if you need some inspiration, which problem should I pick it up, or where should I start, you can ask any questions there. and all the members of that group or any one of us would be really happy to help.
And the channel is part of the just like the design, a part of the women coding community.
Yes, it is part of women coding
Okay, cool.
community. I can add you. I think after this call, I can add you
Oh,
to that
thank you.
link.
That'll be amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Can you please add me as well?
perfect. Yes, I think I'll probably add most of you who are on the call here. I'll see, like, I can see who are all on the design pattern list. I can add most of you there in the lead code channel as well.
That would be great. Thank you.
Yes, Rachel.
My question was about the system design track. Is that running currently, or is that something that is
Yeah, so last year we tried to combine this with the design pattern. So we were just highlighting some of the system design concept, but this is again something for this year's roadmap that we would like to start something for design pattern as well, where we would be touching upon some design patterns, concepts and like that. But if you are looking for something around system design interview, mock interviews, or something like that, you can, I think you can mention it on the mock interview channel as well. And somebody would be happy to help you or conduct some system design interviews for you as well.
okay? Thank you.
Perfect. Any more questions? Okay, then I'll I'll wrap up then, and it's been so amazing to see you here. I was really not sure if you all will join me in celebrating this amazing 10 weeks journey. It's been incredible, and thank you so much for joining. You have any questions, Adna?
No, no, sorry, that was accident.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, and thank you. And if you have any questions, even for design patterns, so we are not going to close the channel. The channel will remain. And if you are stuck in any of the problem you want to discuss with all our champions, all of us here, so just post your question, and somebody would reach out and answer the question for you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.